What's up, Devils? J-dawg back for another goddamn video. In today's video, we're still chopping the fuck away at the 105 comments left on, what's this goddamn fucking video called again? Top 5 Cleveland metal fucking bands. Let's see where we left off. And next question in line is from Shane Rosenke. Shout out to you, brah brah. Hey, J-dawg, have to say I really enjoy your videos. Glad to hear it, brah brah. Have a question. I know you distribute Redefining Darkness releases. My question is, do the orders come directly to you guys, or does he forward you the under? For I don't know, fuck the under. Keep up the good work on your videos. Thank you. Does he forward the orders? No. So yeah, pretty much all his titles we offer as well on our website, which we just do co-assignment with them. So as they sell every month, we'll just fucking quarterly, pay them out for what titles we sold of his. And then we also do in-house distribution for them. Not distribution, in-house fulfillment. So his orders come through, he like logs them in the system, and we just ship them out for him, and he pays us a fee. So because we figure we're already set up for all the shipping and the packing, the shipping, and stuff like that, and just already set up. So we just add it to our orders, and that's it. He just pays a fee to do it. So that's that. So yeah, if you get a pack, it gets shipped out from us. So in case you get a pack that says from Hell's Headbangers or anyone from Hell's Headbangers, order from Redefining Darkness. Now you the fuck know. Because Tommy that owns it is just a friend of ours, and kind of, yeah, we make, like I said, he pays a fee, so we make a little bit of money, but it's more of a kind of a buddy hookup, helping out a friend. Tom Foley, will you ever consider signing a crust or grind band to Hell's Headbangers? I mean, we kind of already have. I mean, grind for sure. I mean, I don't know if we signed, like, as a new band, I'm trying to think if we signed any grind bands, but I mean, like, we put out Last Days of Humanity. I mean, that's considered a gore grind, right? We put out Hemorrhage, LPs. We've done, Morticians, kind of like death grind, right? Or just brutal death metal. Trying to think, but have we signed anything that's just grind? I want to say we probably have at least one, right? Drawing a blank who, but we definitely dealt with grind shit, put it out as far as whether it be a re-release or whatever. And as far as crust, I mean, would you guys consider Scum Ripper? Scum Ripper a fucking crust band? They kind of fall in that category, right? Or kind of at least for that niche, or at least satisfies that crowd. It's going to be as far as other just direct crust. I don't know if we did sign anybody idea on that, but yeah, wouldn't be against it. There's something light. From Nate's Beltran. Short question. My wife and I refer to you as the Jocko of death metal. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. Are you familiar with the guy? Oh, that's an actual guy. Jocko Willink, ex-Navy SEAL. Cheers, brah. Never heard of him. Yeah, let's do what we do. Let me fucking Google his ass. Let's pull it up right fucking here. Let me take a look at him. Give me my opinion. What, does he look like me or does he talk like me? Jack, how do you spell it? CKO? Oh shit, the first one comes up. Will, fuck, I might be out of the loop. Am I the only fucking dum-dum that's ever heard of him? Got a nasty scrunch face on him. Let's look at more images. It's kind of familiar. Is he in movies or anything? Says he's an American author. I don't know. Why do I remind you? Is it my personality? I don't think I look much like him. He's definitely older than me. I don't know. Maybe it's a personality thing. About is his mannerism similar to mine or something? No, he looks kind of familiar. Maybe was he in a movie or a show or something? But I can't say I know who he is. But so I don't know. Is he a total fucking douche? Or are you guys a fan of him? I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I'll take it as a compliment though. God damn it. From Monstrous Nuclear Stockpile. Yeah, dude, Poison ID is great. You should definitely check them out. Have you listened to any of the 80s hardcore from Sweden, like Anti-Semex, Crude SSS, Asocial, Shitlickers, etc.? Some of these bands were doing vocals that sound kind of like death metal vocals in the early 80s. Asocial was playing pretty much blast beats on like their 81 or 82 demo. Oh, really? That the shit is sick. So, wasn't one of them a Trevette Cadet? Is that a Swedish one? I have a disc by them, and I remember liking that, a really early disc. I believe I got it in my mind's eye. It was either him or Dawn of the Dead tell me about it. It's been quite a while since I listened to it. There was them. And a lot of the bands you mentioned, I've heard something by them. I remember it all being, pretty decent stuff. And another thing that I'm pretty sure was all, or maybe it was Spanish bands, but another band that got me thinking, like you did, a bunch of hardcore like punk bands that are probably pretty good that I had no idea it was. When Hemorrhage did that, they did a cassette, and I own it's on a 10-inch, I think a CD as well. But I'm pretty sure the 10-inch is what I own. It's called Punk Carnage. I wanted to say, I think it is Spanish bands though, so maybe I was getting mixed up. But anyways, it's kind of same deal. Where I'm like, at least all their covers, I was like, this shit's fucking great. I liked every single song. But all the bands I'm looking like, never even heard of any of these fucking bands. But again, I've always said, like, that's not really my scene. I never um it's just bypassed me. I didn't know much about it. But there's a very good chance all the Swedish stuff you mentioned, a lot of it I probably like, kind of like I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was Spanish bands. Maybe it was Swedish bands I did, but I think it was Spanish bands because they're from Spain. Um, Same deal. When I listen to them, it sounds pretty fucking good. But I'm just out of the loop when it comes to that. But the Sweden stuff, yeah, especially Asocial and stuff, Anti-Semites, I know I've definitely listened to. I want to say I remember liking it, but I can't remember. Um, just like I said, I'm not familiar with that scene, but I recognize all. The only one Shit Lickers, I don't recognize that name, but Asocial, Anti-Semites, and Crude SSS, I definitely know the names. And 99% sure I've at least heard Anti-Cimex. And the reason I know is because we've had them in the shop several times. Ricky Jones, what are some band members that are better one band than the other? Example, I think Matt Harvey is better than Exhumed and Gruesome, but like both. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, 'cause I like Gruesome as well. I liked everything about Gruesome. Matt Harvey's Death Worship project, but I do like Exhumed more. What was the other band? He did another band too. Matt, what was it? Like, did he do something else? Oh, he was in Decapitator, which yeah, I like Exhumed better than Decapitator, but I do like Decapitator, especially the first album. The second one, I'd have to go back and listen to. But I remember being like, it's okay, but the first album was awesome. Um, Other bands where they do both. Kind of on the same page. I like Impale more than I like Ghoul, even though I do like Ghoul and I like everything by them. It's funny because Ghoul doesn't have any albums I dislike, but Impaled has the one, was it Death After Life, I think it is. The second from the top, the second last album they did. Remember not liking that album, but I do like every Ghoul album. But the first two Impales were kind of my heart because I think the first Impale for sure, but I'm pretty sure the second one too. Both those were already out before even Ghoul was around, and I knew those very, very well before I even heard Ghoul. But I did hear Ghoul when We Came for the Dead first came out. And I thought it was fucking awesome. I instantly knew. I was like, this has to be at least 1-2 members from fucking from Impale, whether it be Leon or fucking Sean or Ross. It's got to be one, at least a couple of guys because it sounds just fucking like them. But as a whole, I'm probably still more of an Impale fan than Ghoul just because I heard them first. So them, you kind of the same kind of that Oakland scene. Other bands. I mean, fuck, Corpse Grinder, right? Monstrosity and Cannibal Corpse. Love the Monstrosity albums he's on, the first two albums. Um, Pretty much, I don't think any Monstrosity has any shitty albums either, in my opinion. I can't say I know them all equally, but the first three albums, I'm a big, big fan of. So the first two with George singing on them are great, and then In Dark Purity, the third album, I'm a huge fan of as well. And but as a whole, I like Cannibal Corpse better, using both bands. So there's some examples right there. Yeah, this is like, so I saw this, but Metal Musician 6996. By the time you see this too, I've commented on previous video. J-dawg, just a heads up, I don't think Phil Fasciana is on the Malevolent tour. Oh, I found out the hard way, brah brah. I was there. No, he was not. This question has been asked several times, but I'll answer it again, but very quickly because I don't think so. But maybe I don't know if it's the same guy. Life Eternal's asking it. He answers all the time, but I don't know if it's him that asked it each time, or it's just a popular question. Because otherwise, if it's not him, it's each person. It's been asked at least 3 or 4 times. Is there any records you loved back in the day, but look back and on and hate now? Like I said, I've answered before. Nothing that I loved back in the day and like hate now, but definitely stuff where I picked it up, remember it being good, and then you go back, so I'm like, ugh, it's not really holding up. It's okay, but not loved it. This is fucking great. Like Impale, Dead Shall Dead Remain. Fuck yeah, banger head to toe. Loved it at age 15. And like, get this shit out of here. Like I still love that to this day. So pretty much everything I loved, even when I was 15, I still love to this day. If I said I loved it, like Sinister Across the Sticks or Deicide or, Marduk, Panzer Division Marduk, things like that. That's the shit I was saying I was loving at 15. No, I still love them to this day. Unlord, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, yeah, that stuff. But if they were maybe as a 7-inch or a one-off album, um, yeah, I picked it up. Maybe I picked up a distro like at a show, maybe Ohio Death Fest or something. I picked it up and oh yeah, let me go back and listen. So I'm like, yeah, it's not really holding up. But I didn't love it at the time I heard it. So it's the best way I can answer that. McCain F, awesome shirt. Money Talks was my favorite Cryptic Slaughter, but I'll have to take the shirt off your hands if you all of a sudden gain 100 pounds. You don't even have to do that, brah. I believe we have some on Hell's Headbangers for sale. So just go over to Hell's and get one. Ashy Slashy. Nothing is heavier than Pantera. CFH. Who's CFH? Stronger than all. Laugh out loud. Who's CFH? I know it's abbreviation for uh I don't know. Somebody super trendy. I can't think of who he's talking about though. But I think he got a kick out of the nothing heavier than Pantera. I remember when Reaper first told me that story, dude. I was laughing my fucking ass off. Cenotaph, are you going to Maryland Death Fest this year? I am not. Once again, answering that. They fucked me. They canceled Hemorrhage. And as I'm at five, they also canceled Dismember, who I really wanted to see. I've seen Dismember once in 2001. I'm a huge Dismember fan. They're probably the only Swedish death metal band, with the exception of like newer bands like Entrails and shit. I like every album by them. But as far as, the classics, Entombed, Unleashed, Grave, etc., they're the only ones out of those that I like every single record by. And Like an Ever Flowing Stream is probably my favorite Swedish death metal record of all time. And even they canceled, couldn't make it in. And I said this back in like December, even before this year. My exact statement was this when we're talking about Maryland because the COVID shit will the show happen? I said I honestly think that the show will go on, but I guarantee you there's going to be a shitload of fucking foreign bands that can't get in the country. It's exactly what's happening. Bloodbath canceled too. I wouldn't have been too bummed. I've never seen Bloodbath, but their first EP is great. Their first full length's great, and I did like the second full length too. Not as much, and then after that, I didn't really pay attention to anything. So I mean, I would have watched Bloodbath at least. Um, can't say I was like overly pumped, but I would have watched it. But nonetheless, I'm sure there's people that were pumped to see Bloodbath, and yeah, I understand why. Again, another band. So if I had my ticket, I was already you want to see Hemorrhage, Dismember, Bloodbath, and whoever else canceled, I'm not even aware of that wasn't paying attention because I knew I wasn't going those days or whatever. I'd be fucking pissed. You know what I mean? Like, well, what the fuck? This is half the reason. I mean, is Niflheim going to get in? That was being like when I was going to go. That was another band I wanted to see. Birdflesh, are they getting in? Another main band I wanted to fucking see. Like if those canceled, I'd be like, dude, I'd be straight up pissed. Like you're ripping me. This is the reason I came to the goddamn show. I didn't come here to see fucking Embalmer play or somebody who I can see in Cleveland all the time. Like, what the fuck? I came here to see these goddamn foreign bands that I've either A, never seen, or B, can't see even fucking 20 years. So yeah, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. But I knew 100% for a fact that was going to happen. RJCJ Rock, unpopular opinion. All metal after 2002 is either garbage or meh. P.S. Rust in Peace is better than everything Metallica did, in my opinion. Yeah, you're not the first person I've heard say that. And that's fair enough. I'm not like, I don't defend either band. I like early Metallica albums and I like the first two Megadeths, but I mean, neither band do I defend or whatever. They're both bands I can live without, to be completely honest with you. I own their shit and I like them. Grew up on them as a kid, but they're not like, to me, once I heard, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Suffocation, Mortician, Immolation, Incantation, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, it was like you could just chuck this shit in the trash. I mean, like it's cool, it's good, but it's like, well, I just kind of don't see like the need. Like, you know what? I think I'm going to put on some Megadeth Peace Cells today. For me, I know that's some people's favorite record. I just like, well, why don't I just put on Immolation here and after? Like, to me, it's just, I kind of just feel like I'm wasting my time. What the fuck were we getting at? Everything album matter after 2002 is either garbage or meh. I mean, I definitely don't agree with that, but you're not the first person I kind of heard say that, or some of the older guys that follow that. But yeah, I do like earlier shit better. But yeah, if I was to go say after 2002, so 2003 up, I can find tons of shit I like. You know, the albums that Nunslaughter did, the albums that Toxic Holocaust did, whatever is 2003 after. You know, I'm sure Mortician did a couple of records. Next, when was the last Mortician record? Reanimated Flesh. What was that, like 07, 08? Like those a lot. Take a band like Immolation. What did they put out in 03? Was that in Holy Cult? And that was the last one I really, really like. I like pretty much everything by Immolation, but the last one I know really well is in Holy Cult, and I like that album a lot. After that, it becomes hazy. Like Kingdom and Conspiracy and stuff. Every time I put it out, I'm like, this is fucking great. I just don't know it as well. Harnessing Ruins, another one. Is that like Hate's Plague on there? I remember that being a really good song. I'm hazy on it, but every time I put it on, I'm thoroughly, and I'm like, I thoroughly enjoy this. I just don't know it as well because I didn't hear as many times. Those, I mean, then Holy Call Down, it was like I was like 16 and under, and I heard those all the time as a teenager up to my adult years. So I just don't know them as well. But yeah, what else? And then 2003, wasn't that Scars the Crucifix by Deicide? Fucking love that. The last Deicide album came out was it 2019. That Overture's Blasphemy. I love that. To Hell with God. That was a fucking great. Let's go to the Cannibal discography. Skeletal Domain. I'm a huge fan of Skeletal Domain. Yeah, but all the Cannibal albums, but Skeletal Domain in the last 15 years is probably my favorite. Torture was fucking awesome as fuck, but all the Cannibals, I don't know, meh or junk. I don't know about that, brother. But yeah, I like the oldies better. Don't get me wrong. Don't take that cops. What year did I like all the intros very much so, but especially the first four. What year did Tales from the Moor come out? That was after 2003, right? Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah, it had to have been. Because I remember when I heard it when it was the only album out. I think it was FDA Records that first put it out. I have the original LP and the original CD. Maybe 2008. Does that sound about right? I thought that was fucking great. When I heard Tales from the Morgue, I'm like, this sounds like the first Grave. A little bit in some Left Hand Path, but a little bit more with a little bit more like guitar solos and melody. I thought it was fucking awesome. Loved it. Fucking loved it. So yeah, I gotta disagree with that statement. There's definitely some gems in there, but watered down because there's just way more bands than ever. So as a whole, 2002 or three, whatever the fuck you said, up is meh or junk. You're to take every single band, all the shit I like and all the shit I don't like. Fuck, you'd be lucky if it's even a full 1% that I think is fucking great. 25%, I'd probably be like, it's mediocre. Then 74.56% just don't need or shit. So if you're going by percentage wise, yeah, kind of. But I think it's a little unfair just because there's so many goddamn bands. Let's make this the last goddamn question. Because it's the last goddamn question of the video, too. So I don't know if this video. Bog of Eternal Stench comments all the fucking time. J-Dawg, in what ways do you think you support evil in everyday life? I don't think that I do. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, it depends on what you define as evil. For example, like, you know, like obviously evil music, what's considered evil, you know what I mean? You know, the death metal, the black metal, shit like that. So I support it in that sense. Because liking that stuff technically by the holy fucking book, the God's law, that's evil shit against God. So in that case, yeah. But I don't consider that evil because to me that's not evil. When I think of evil deeds, it's like an evil act that I wouldn't do. You know, for example, if I was like into a certain religion, whether it's based on demons or something like that, and I truly believed it and I thought that was the righteous path, well, in my mind, it isn't fucking evil then, right? I'm not doing anything that I consider is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, just going out and randomly killing completely innocent people that you don't even fucking know, that I would consider an evil act, but I don't partake in that fucking act. So, in that sense, but looking at it, I mean, I'm assuming what you mean is based on what's looked at in Christian eyes. I mean, just listen to fucking, you know, the devil's music, basically, I would say. And I listen to that on a daily basis and do it for a living, you know, put out a record label and putting the stuff out. So definitely partaking in the, what would they say? Fucking supporting the devil's fucking path, supporting the fucking, the devil's influence or whatever. I'm sure that's, I mean, any silly ass fucking Christian, I'm sure that's what they'd say or think or something along those lines. So, and in their eyes, I'm sure I'm doing evil every day, right? So by that definition, just what I said, but in my mind, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong or bad. So I don't. So there you have it down there, one devils. That's it for this one. Comments, questions, concerns, whatever the fuck else you got, put it in there. You know I'll get it fucking answered, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Later, goddammit.